Oh, what's up, sports fans? YouTube's hairiest man here. On top, of course, not below the belt. Trust me, the carpet does match the drapes in terms of color, but not length. On another MLB The Show 20 Diamond Dynasty video, of course. Today, we're going to answer the question that yesterday in stream, which thanks if you guys turned out to stream. If you didn't, make sure and turn out to today's stream. We were just getting bombarded with this question. It was like the inside of SpongeBob's head, where people are flipping tables, everything's turned ablaze. How do you get 99 Cody Bellinger? We're going to talk about that, and also, there's more content coming, wouldn't you know it? Oh boy, am I ever excited to discuss it. But before we get into that and much more, leave a like. Of course, I'm gonna beg you, you're gonna do it, hopefully, and subscribe. Gonna even beg you more to do that. Getting into this one now. So, of course, during yesterday's update, everybody was distraught, thinking about how they could release 99 Cody Bellinger and how they could not offer any insight in how to do so. Well, it took about 2 hours after update for them to do such. I think it might have been pushing to 3, damn near. Which is great, because I had to field hundreds of questions. How do you get Bellinger? Gomes, I know you're doing a B or a draft, but how are you using Cody Bellinger? Clearly, the way that you get him, as you can see from the tweet here, is it is going to be in an upcoming event. They don't talk really in particular about that event, but if you're going to go back to this other screenshot that we saw from the news or the panels last week, you can see there's going to be an NL West event, although it does not say that. It actually does. Apology, I'm just seeing it now, seeing it for the first time. It sure does. It's just behind the Turkey Conquest map, which I had my eyes drawn to it because I'm very excited for that fucking clearly. Anyway, so yeah, that is going to be what's happening in NL West event, where you're going to get the 99 Cody Bellinger. Now, from what we talked about in Twat. Jesus Christ. We're not talking about twats. We keep it PG over at the Twitch streams. But we were talking in chat about how I think what's going to happen is it is going to be hopefully 5 rewards, 1 per every team. The top reward, of course, being Cody Bellinger. And I'm hoping it's going to be no more than 50 wins at 3-inning games a pop. I think that's pretty realistic. So also, I do quickly want to tell you, you might want to pull your buy order for 1,000,000 stubs on Cody fucking Bellinger. I think that might not be a bad idea, because he's just not going to go for that. Even Rich Gossage, who's much less desirable than Cody Bellinger, didn't even hit that, even at his peak when he was with the event at the same requirements. So much more sought after card. I think he's going to settle around 500k max. So I would delete this buy order and just wait, unless you're a content creator, want to get a gameplay out, or you're just salivating at the thought of this man right here. So that's going to be that. Let's talk about some cards that we're going to hopefully see, because this is a finest flashback. We're going to see more fan favorites, as they said. So hopefully we see some more POTM cards that we didn't get to see, some finest cards, a lot of shit. Let's get into it, Mr. Gomes. And through the power of the PS5, we are now here, of course. So this is someone who I think we're going to see. Yup, we do have a 96 Chuck Nasty already, but we already have a prestigiable Cody Bellinger that goes up to, I think, a 99 overall. Obviously, card is considerably better. Might be the best card of the game, but hopefully we do see another Charlie Blackmon. I think it could be kind of cool, and I'll admit it, I'm just kind of a sucker for this card art. Let me know. Could be wrong. I kind of think this is my favorite one. It just has a nice vintage look, kind of like Allen and Ginter Topps cards, if you guys know what that is. Charlie Blackmon, he won a Gold Glove this year, wouldn't you know it? Above Kevin Kiermaier. He obviously different leagues, but Kiermaier didn't get nominated. Charlie Blackmon wins a Gold Glove. That's 2020 for you, huh? Josh Bell would be another cool card to see, of course. Not in the NL West, so I don't think this one's going to pop up on the 25th. But I do hopefully think that we see this card in some capacity because we have his team affinity, great swing, love him in Showdown, love him in Battle Royale, even as, what, a bronze or a silver now, because he had a real stinky year, real horrendous, real dog shit performance out of Josh Bell and the entire Pittsburgh Pirates staff, I guess you could say. Boy, would it be nice to have Austin Meadows or Tyler Glasnow or something, huh? Josh Bell, that would definitely be cool. Jose Ramirez, now, of course, a fan favorite card. This is from back in MLB The Show 17. I don't know. A lot of people typically like Jose Ramirez cards. I think it definitely has a place in this year's game still. Obviously, I would like to have them boosted a little bit. Attributes currently as standing, not too desirable. So hopefully they would boost those a little bit and overclock it into something that we can actually use, something that has good benchmarks. Alex Bregman here. This is one of the most highly sought after cards. I don't know if you guys saw Glaber Torres. He streams now, I suppose. He hit Alex Bregman in a DD game and laughed about it. Kind of funny. You know, I don't condone violence. I'm not a pacifist, but I don't condone violence just on the streets like that. It was kind of funny to watch. Check it out if you have not. But Bregman last year was a great card. 125 maxed out splits against lefties, gold defense, 61 speed, has a pretty good swing on him for a right-hander. Typically lefties have the better swings you're looking for, but you gotta have right-handers in there too. You can't just have lefties unless you're the Tampa Bay Rays. Unironically worked. All lefty lineup might be the move going forward. Jake Arrieta, I'm getting tired of talking about this card right here just because it seemingly is never going to happen at this point. We've been talking about him the last 2 or 3 updates. Wouldn't you know it, the first time ever, Gomes has been incorrect on his predictions. But I would sure love to see this card, and I think this would be a perfect spot to put it. Again, we're getting the NL West event. It doesn't seem like there's going to be much other content other than actual ways to play the game. Events, Battle Royale, in ranked seasons, which we're seeing a reset on the 30th. So we're not going to see, presumably, too many more programs, no more inning programs. So Arrieta, always a boss bitch when it comes to this game. Really good stuff. And hopefully they give him an actual high overall card. This one, again, I'm going to mention it again because I love talking about it. Shohei Ohtani. I am known for being one of the best MLB The Show players, obviously, by my, 617 rating back there. So clearly, just elite when it comes to hitting at this game. At the start, I could not hit the 89 overall Ohtani. I'm not sure why. Obviously, I can hit him now, but I would love to see a juiced up Ohtani two-way player, kind of like we saw with the Brendan McKay, but actually with some good pitches. The splitter works really dangerously. I don't know if he has outlier on the four seam. Maybe you could give him outlier. Could be cool. I just think that would be really nice to see something different. I really wanted something like that as far as Babe Ruth goes. Didn't see it, and these are, of course, his pitching attributes. At a framework, this is great. 92 and 90 on hit and K per 9. If you boost those to over 100 alongside with the stamina, have 75 BB9 with outlier and the pitches he has there, pretty good card. I would definitely be interested in that one for Ohtani. Blake Treinen kind of looks a lot like Goose Gossage minus a curveball, which is definitely a good thing. And Treinen's cut it back, a fucking course. Jake McGee and Treinen, two washed relievers, wouldn't you know it, come back to life as soon as they come to Los Angeles. I'm happy for the Dodgers. Even as a Rays fan, happy for them that they finally got through it. It was hard to watch, frankly, them squander so many opportunities in the Fall Classic. But Treinen, really good. He would have outlier on the sinker at least, I would think. Maybe double outlier. He does have 4 fastballs, which isn't the best thing, but it definitely is still workable. The two-seam is basically just going to be obsolete because the sinker is going to act much like that better two-seamer. So you're going to have a sinker, slider, four-seam, and cutter, which is still really good. You can still make that work. The cutter is not too different. It wouldn't be the best pitcher in the game, but it would be pretty damn good. Justin Verlander, I don't know where he's going to fit in. Again, we talked about it in the video yesterday. If they're going to drop a husband-wife combo program, get a 99 Kate Upton, some eye candy, if nothing else. Have that as the batter's eye in center field. Probably make you hit a hell of a lot better if you knew what was on the line. Justin Verlander. I didn't love his card last year. I'm not sure why. I think it could be better this year. I don't know why, but I like to believe things. The cutter is the make or break pitch for him, of course, and it has a great differential from the four seam, which makes it a hell of a lot more effective. He has the framework. You don't need a sinker to be a top pitcher in this game, and he has the per 9, so I would love to see in the Mick. In MVP, Justin Verlander, quite frankly. They didn't do that with Kershaw. I would love to see them do it with Verlander. Joey Gallo, I want to see a better card of his. We have the 89 team affinity, which is kind of a BR beast now that it can actually be draftable, or it is draftable. Is that a word? Do I careable? Probably the fuck not. 70 and 78 contact. That in and of itself is not particularly great. If you boosted that above 80, which is a big stretch, is completely blowing realism out of the water. But remind yourself that they gave Jacob Stallings a 99 overall, and tell you if realism really has a place in MLB 20, which I'll be all for. Them making up better Joey Gallo, maxed power, gold to diamond-ish defense. Would love to see it. Frankly, Gary Sanchez, I don't know where he stands with the Yankees anymore, but he would stand at least on my bench in DD because he has such a great swing. This is a 93 on MLB 17's terms, so it's probably an 87 in actual MLB 20 terms. Give him 110 power per side, give him 90, 100 contact against righties, 80 something against lefties. Very usable card in my opinion. Yoan Moncada always gets ball busted for new cards in this game. I would love to see them make something for him. Obviously, he didn't have a great season. I think it had something to do with the sickness that he was reeling from earlier on in the season. Also, kind of, I'm hoping to God that's the excuse Austin Meadows has. But Yoan Moncada, would love to see a great card of his. Always has super good swing as a switch hitter. Have the team affinity card. Let's build on it a little bit. Jose Ramirez right here. Again, we talked about it earlier. Maybe they give us 2. I'm not sure. We just haven't really had too much features of him this year. So here's another fan favorite from last year when he was a World Series card in August. A lot of people really like this card, so maybe that could be an option. Rhys Hoskins was a fucking travesty to see him not introduced into the program for August. I think that was Castellanos who they did instead, but I would still love to see him get a shot. This is again 93 on MLB 17's terms, so if you give him with his magnificent right-hander swing, which typically I'm much more of a lefty fetish kind of guy, I would love to see it. Great hitter, good contact, and even has some sort of speed. Stick him at first base. I would think that would be a pretty decent card. Ryan Braun, we've talked about this one tonight's end. When is this card going to come? Not sure. Hopefully at some point. It is still pretty good. I do love his swing. Another right-hander. I'm selecting a lot of right-handers that you guys can see that I really like their swing. He's just always done great for me in BR, in Showdown. I don't usually use his best card in the year that much because they typically drop it when there's better cards and nobody would want to use Ryan Braun, which brilliant idea, I suppose. But Ryan Braun always has a good frame for a card. 70-ish defense, usable, 80-ish speed, and great hitter, of course. Rob Nen, really hope to see this card in the event on the 25th. I don't know which day it is. We talked about this. He would just be so good. 102 four seam with the outlier, even 100 without outlier. Then you mix it with the splitter, which is such a big differential. A bit of a better changeup, if you ask me. 2 breaking balls, max K9, and really high hit 9. Would like to see that card. And then Jose Ramirez. You know, maybe they'll add his live series card from MLB 18. I don't know. Again, just a really liked card in Diamond Dynasty, so would not be too upset with any of the variations that they could give him. So maybe it's going to be his live series from MLB 18. And that is going to be all the ones that I'm going to suggest. As far as the NOS goes, I think we're probably going to see a Luis Gonzalez for the Diamondbacks. Don't have too many options, but if they were to be so daring, the new Oakland Athletic, Jake Lamb. Oh boy, would I love to see a 125 maxed out against right-hander card of Jake Lamb. Could be fucking interesting. Could be something that they would do. And it definitely fits the bill as a fan favorite. So let me know what you guys think. Of course, Cody Bellinger is going to be obtainable on the 25th. Probably not going to be actually had until the 26th, but that is what you guys need to know. If you guys did enjoy it, leave a like down below. Thank you all for watching. Twitch stream later. Gomes out. Bye.